You watch as the young man scampers around the room, grabbing multiple bottles filled with a variety of suspicious coloured liquids, and pots of what appear to be dried herbs. Maybe a little too dry. Some of them resembled more of an ash. With his hands full of the unusual concoctions, he turns his attention back to you, spying the sceptical look displayed on your face, as he continues to explain his intentions.
First, you'll need to look the part. The other chasers around here, we can be a little unaccepting. We recognise other chasers by their eyes. I've concocted a little something to create this illusion. Here, drink up.
Watching him pop the lid from one of the many vials of liquid, he holds it out towards you. Your expression changes instantly, and he is quick to notice.
What's the matter? You're already mostly dead, and I've admitted there's no guarantee I'll be able to get you back. What have you got to lose?
You aren't sure what to worry about more. The uncertainty of his plan, or his apparent reliance on you not only to get yourself home, but also to provide him with the peace of mind that what he is doing could in fact do what others thought was impossible. He extends his arm again, as the burgundy, almost blood-like liquid swirls, coating the inside of the glass with a gel residue. Again, you're reluctant, but you slowly reach out for the container. Looking up at him, you gently remove the glass from his clutches. The heat from your hands allows the fluid to warm slightly, turning the once thick gelatinous substance into more of a watery consistency. Elliot's eyes are fixed on you as he watches you down the liquid in one mouthful.
There we go. That wasn't too hard, was it?
Taking the empty bottle from you, he returns the lid and places it onto a nearby shelf, as you feel a pulsing headache surface. His words begin to echo around your head as he speaks for a few seconds.
Now, come along. I'll explain more along the way.
You raise your hand to your face to try to soothe the sudden tension in your forehead, and notice the unforeseen green neon glow from your eyes light up your palm. The sound of the door opening once again brings you back from the fascination of your newly acquired feature. Elliot taps the wood of the doorframe impatiently while he waits for you to come to terms with the change before smiling, officially setting his plan in motion as he tilts his head in the direction of the outside world. You hesitantly creep to his side, gaining your first view of the land beyond the doorway. The vast differences between the world you know and this wilderness are overwhelming. Your once sapphire blue sky is now a deep ruby red, against the dead, almost shadow-like trees flaking apart in the slight breeze. The ground is mostly rocks and rubble, with the occasional decaying foliage. There is a heavy crimson fog in the distance, and what lies beyond it is a mystery. Elliot watches on as you take in the sight. He recalls that look of amazement on your face. He too had felt the same fear and disbelief many, many years ago. Taking his first step out onto the gravelled pathway, he waits for you to join him before continuing.
Where you are right now is the realm between life and death. We have many souls like yourself pass through our world. Some stay, some go. Frederick, who you heard earlier, was a link just like you when he first arrived here. Links who aren't accepted by chasers, they just seem to disappear. I like to believe that they cross over to the paradise of a proper afterlife. However, others just believe their souls cease to be.
As you continue through the thick mist, you hear voices, laughter, and the occasional growls from the unknown, combined with the sights of the other chasers passing you by. The many different coloured glows look as if they're floating, like fireflies, as you're unable to see the rest of their bodies due to the fog. Soon after his explanation, you're interrupted by the sound of close footsteps parting the rock beneath your feet, and once again a worry and uncertainty fills the air, but this time the feeling isn't yours.
Ah, nice of you to join us once again, Frederick.
I knew you were up to something, Elliot. Accept it and get it over with. I can't watch you go through the wrath of the elders again.
I've had plenty of time to recall my mistakes from last time. Like it or not, I'm incapable of turning a blind eye when souls are in need.
How noble of you. I hope you understand that anything happens to you, I'm not sure what will happen to me. Without you, who's to say my acceptance will continue? Even after all these years, this place is still a mystery.
Frederick, I give you my word. My plan will work this time. I'll make sure nothing happens to you. The elders must have sent this being to this area of the realm for a reason.
The elders, those whose face we never gaze upon, those whose intentions are still unknown. I'm frightened, Elliot. This world isn't as it seems, and you know that too. How could you be so careless?
Don't be so dramatic.
I have every right to be dramatic. I'm the only one here who seems to question what's going on. It's only a matter of time before...
The once gentle breeze suddenly picks up into a storm-like gale, and the sound of growling from the surrounding area, which before was barely noticeable, intensifies, causing the many beams from the chaser's eyes to disappear as they scatter. Clearly, they knew what was about to happen.
The elders, they know.
Frederick's eyes widen as he looks to Elliot, he too knowing what was to become of them. Before you have a chance to move, Elliot grabs you by your shoulders, as much larger footsteps and an almost claw-like scratching can be heard drawing closer. You look around, but as he increases his grip, you're forced to look back, locking eyes with him as his once dismissive attitude turns to a tone of urgency.
Right, listen to me. Carefully. Seek the point between the crimson sky, where the golden leaves fall and entwine themselves among the souls of the living. Go! Run!
He releases you, his eyes silently begging you to get as far away from the area as possible, as both men turn their backs on you, ready to face what awaits them from beyond the fog. You're quick to obey his wishes as you make your way into the thick mist, turning your head for one last look as the shine from their eyes fades into the distance, until only the glow provided from your own is enough to light your way through the darkness.